Hi guys, my name is Luke Iyer. I work on the Wave product marketing team, and I'm going to give you a quick demo of our new Service Wave product. So in this demo scenario, I am a service manager and I'm starting my day on my mobile phone during my commute to work. So I open my Service Wave Summer 16 app, and these are all the dashboards that I have access to. What I like to do is I like to start on my overview dashboard. This is a great dashboard because it gives me a bunch of important KPIs for my business, but it also gives me links to these various dashboards that are part of ServiceWave that will allow me to take a deeper look at the different information that's relevant to me. So I'm starting a new quarter today, and one of my goals is actually to reduce my backlog. I have 612 open cases in my backlog, and that's much more than last quarter. I'd like to bring it down. So what I can do is I can actually click on Review Backlog. And when I click Review Backlog, I get a bunch of different information about my current backlog, and I can see how it's exploded since last year. I can also filter by support level, or I could choose a different date range, or I can choose a product family. And when I go to this product family selection, I see that headphones are the vast majority of my cases on a product basis. So if I make a selection for headphones, I can see my backlog is 291. So nearly half of my backlog is just from this headphone product. When I scroll to the right, I can see some information about these cases over time. And I've had a bunch of cases created for the headphone product this year versus last year. So this is kind of a worrying issue for me. I'm wondering if these headphone cases are a result of some deficiency with the product or something that's going on with my reps or some channel. I don't really know, but I need to explore further on my desktop. So I make a note to explore further from my laptop when I get to work. Now that I'm in the office, I'm looking at the same view on my laptop. And here's my overview dashboard presented on a desktop layout. I have those same options available to me, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to immediately drill into channels because I see there's a spike right here. If I click Review Channels, I get an instant view into which channels are working and which aren't. This bottom right quadrant of the scatter plot is sort of my red zone. This is low average CSAT and long duration, so these cases are taking a long time to close, and when they do close, the customer isn't fully satisfied. If I select my telephone case origin channel, what I can see is I have a ton of different headphone cases. Now, since this is specifically the phone channel, I can actually review these from my telephony dashboard. So I'll go back to my overview, and I'll click Review Telephony Metrics. And here I am on my telephony dashboard. This gives me a bunch of different information about that specific phone channel, and one thing that I always look at on this dashboard are my unsuccessful calls. If I select those unsuccessful calls, my whole dashboard will filter, and I can see what time of day they're coming in, but more importantly, I can see the agent performance. I can see who falls where, and I can see it looks like Tim's service is actually making the longest calls and the longest unsuccessful calls, which is really a red flag for me. So I'll select Tim, and when I scroll down, I can see he has at least 52 headphones cases that he's closed where he's made these long unsuccessful calls. And I want to figure out with Tim if there's some issue with the product or if he's just having issues troubleshooting for specifically those headphone cases. When I scroll down, I can see his open or his closed cases, and I can specifically see how long they've been going on. What I can do is I can sort these to look at the longest calls that were unsuccessful, and I can actually make a note and take an action directly from this framework to review with Tim what's going on these calls and how in the future we can make them more successful.